Welcome to a Sunday morning edition of Down South Sports Fanatics. Of course, what's up? What's up? I'm joined by my boy Darren Burns, the coach. What's up, Darren? Yo, Darren, what's up? Whoa. We gotta look. You there, D? He must look. We having technical difficulties with Android this morning. I don't know what's going on. But my boy Dave Robbins gonna say hello. We're gonna mute him, unmute him. What's up, Dave?
Hey, what's up, man? I know y'all say when I'm talking, you guys echo, so I'm gonna raise my hand every time I gotta talk. I know we're having testicle difficulties, man, but I think I got the curse of Marcus Davenport or something happening here.
Yeah.
Morning, man. So,
So listen, let's dive into it real quick. We're gonna go into the inactives. You know who's starting, who's not. I mean, there's no key people that's out today. I mean, Kendrick Miller, the backup running back, he's out. Foskey, he's out. We talked about him last week, trying to get him going more. Demario Davis, he's expected to play, so we're good there. As far as Minnesota, we know Justin Jefferson, he's out. Key injuries, Jaden Hall, he's out. So Dave, give me your opinion of today's keys to the game. What's you got? Dave.
Wait, you got me? All right, we're good. All right, so yeah, to me, it all starts with the quarterback. I mean, Josh Dobbs just led a late game-winning fourth quarter for them this past game against Atlanta. So I mean, listen, dude, we can't have these running quarterbacks like Trevor Lawrence, and Bagent, where they ran down our throats on key third down situations. We can't allow that to happen today. You got to take T.J. Hockenson out the equation. I think Alontae Taylor.
What up, Shane?
Might be a perfect fit for him. But offensively, just keep doing what we're doing offensively. It's all about play calls. The Lions played better. I think.
What up, Lance?
But feed Taysom early. Let Taysom throw a couple passes early in the game. Get the defense on notice, but we've got to keep an eye on T.J. Hockenson, and we got to keep a spy in the middle of the field. We cannot let Josh Dobbs get hot running the football.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. It's like these players itself. I don't know. The offense, it's been doing very well. The play call has been a little better, but I think again the key today is getting Taysom Hill involved, getting Kamara involved. The wide receivers. I think they're putting Michael Thomas back in the slot a lot more too, and that's helping a lot with Shareed on the outside. So I mean that makes a big difference. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Michael Thomas. It's been a bit of a rough week for MT, man. We all know what happened over here in my area of Kenner. But he's got to get. He had 0 catches last week, and when Michael Thomas is healthy, that doesn't happen too often. So I mean, I'd like to see Thomas targeted early in the game. Get his confidence back. But like you said, using him in a slot. Shaheed maybe a deep ball too early on, take the top off the defense. But yeah, Alvin Kamara was kind of out of touch a little bit last game. So I mean, there's a few veterans like Kamara and Thomas. You want to get these guys started early,
Yeah.
And I think that's on Pete Carmichael. He's got to craft those plays to get those guys some high percentage looks early in the game to kind of get their confidence going.
We got Darren back?
I'm here.
So give us your thoughts, D.
Well, DN's got to contain today, that's for sure. So stop sliding down and trying to go for the tackle. Trying to make a play to the back, which isn't good. A team that has somebody like a Tyreek Hill where they flow one way and he comes underneath another way. That'll kill a team like us.
Darren, why you think the screen hasn't worked well for us lately? We used to be really good at that.
Well, our offensive line isn't the greatest, and listen, we better at run blocking than we are anything else because we're not really too athletic. We don't have no athletic, guards to get out there with them.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. But I mean, AK hasn't looked the sharpest. It looks like he's worried about, he gets his yards and usually he'll fight an extra yard or two. He's getting out of bounds now.
Yeah, Dave, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I agree with Darren was saying. I think one of the key guys, that's really, who's been missing the last, year or so now, 2 years now, is like he's talking about the screen game is Tron Armstead, man. I mean, that guy was beautiful in the screen. So I mean, yeah, I would like to see us do it a little more often, but like Darren said, maybe the personnel is not quite there for it anymore, But I mean, to me, this game, dude, you got to come in. Look, it's a noisy environment, it's a loud environment. You can't afford turnovers. You got to play turnover free like we did last week. But Pete's got to he's got to have a rhythm going, man. We can't have these stagnant drives. We've got to keep a flow to the offense, like we've been showing the last couple weeks a little more.
Yeah, I tell you today too. Minnesota is a blitz-heavy defense too. Forrest brings a lot of blitz packages. You're going to see a lot of heat today, so the line's really going to have to hold up, and they're going to have to get alignment on that offensive line. What you think about that, Darren?
Well, you don't really want to blitz too much against a team like us because of every back we have, even Miller, who's hurt, he can catch the ball at the backfield, and that's dangerous or whatever. But you got to remember something: in order for the screen game to work, you have to take the cover off the defense a little bit, because if not, your safeties are playing up. So I mean, that means there's more people getting to the ball. If your safety 15 yards down the field, they think you're going to throw the ball deep. That gives somebody time, like AK, time to catch the ball, get behind his blockers, and then make a move.
Yeah. I want to get Dave's thoughts on the quarterback for Minnesota, of course, the new acquired. What you think? What we have to do against him defensively? The keys to us playing against him. We can't hear you, Dave. Sorry.
My bad. All right, we good?
Yep.
We good. Okay. So to me, listen, man, Dobbs is going to create. He's going to present a challenge of sorts. With the running ability. This kid's got some heart. He's done some things. No practices really last week. But to me, I'm just happy we're not playing against Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, man. Kirk Cousins, before he got hurt, was as good as any quarterback in the league this year. I know that sounds crazy, but he was lighting up. The yardage, I think he was leading the league by a nice margin. He had 18 touchdowns. I want to say 5 interceptions. One of the game's top 3 receivers is out with Jefferson. So to me, it all comes about. Jordan Addison is a guy we talked about. We like him a lot out of USC, the rookie. But to me, Marshawn Lattimore's got to be on this guy all game long. I mean, I'm not toying around with zones, trying to confuse Dobbs. I know that's going to be, something we saw last week. Trying to confuse the inexperienced quarterback. I think we need to get after it, trust our guys in man coverage, but you got to keep TJ Hawkinson under wraps, man. They can't run the ball outside of Dobbs, in my opinion. I'm not scared of Alexander Madison. I mean, he's about 3.5 a carry right now. Ty Chandler. Their running backs don't scare me. But what does scare me is Dobbs taking off and TJ Hawkinson getting out there in those 15 to 20-yard routes that he can sometimes hit.
Yeah, Lance just said that. Lance just said that. We got to make Dobbs a pocket passer. So, Darren, you being the defensive specialist, do you think Lattimore hasn't played up to his potential like in past? I think he's taking a lot. I don't know if it's the scheme or what. What's your take on that?
I mean, I think Lattimore is still like top 5 or something like that, right?
But is he not playing? But I don't think he's playing like that right now, though, D.
But no, I'm talking about numbers wise. I mean, I think according to like PFF or whatever, I still believe that he's like a top 5, top 7. But I mean, you got players like a Debo that has been crushing it. I mean, you got Taylor, big plays. I mean, listen, all the defensive backs been really making some big plays. So, but I mean, we expect a certain thing out of Lattimore, but a lot of times we play in a zone. So when you switch out, you can tell that they kind of like, they were a little bit off. And when you're in a zone, you can't be off by anything because a good quarterback's gonna drop it in that zone.
Yeah. So what you think about that, Dave?
Hands up.
Oh, my bad. So I got used to this whole thing, man, this week. But Darren's right. I mean, and it's not we're Darren's understanding with that zone thing. And it's true. You can't listen, man. I know a lot of fans say, hey, get after the quarterback every play, but you can't do it. You got to mix it up. You got to show different stunts. You got to show zones. I just think we're a little bit, if I had to say dial it back a hair on the zones, because, dude, I think we have some of the best man corners in the league. I think we got to utilize that. And, Richie, I think that's where I think this last game, I mean, you see Lattimore trailing sometimes. Sometimes it's a zone that's not picked up properly, or like Darren said, the quarterback, the right timing on that zone, he found the opening. And, I mean, it makes the corners look bad because, somebody at Lattimore's in your TV screen trailing. So I want to get back to a little more man-to-man, man. I think you have the personnel to do it. But, I mean, you got to keep it balanced, though. I do agree with using the zone, but you just got to maybe scale it back a little bit. I like to see more guys up at the line. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I like seeing maybe Tyrann Mathieu, who's been exposed in coverage a little bit, maybe use Tyrann closer to the line, maybe get him on some blitzes. Alontae Taylor showed earlier this year that he can blitz the quarterback. So let's get a little creative with that.
Yeah.
Kind of confuse Dobbs pre-snap. Bring some extra guys up.
Yeah. I tell you what, before his suspension, Marcus May was playing very well. Since he's been back, he's kind of been a no-show. I mean, he's kind of getting lost in coverage, I think. I don't know what's going on with that. Darren, have you noticed that since he's been back since his suspension?
Hey, didn't he have like the key interception last week?
For what? For the Saints?
Yeah.
Debo had the 2 interceptions.
And then May had a diving interception, right?
I thought they did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right.
I think Marcus May sealed it with the diving interception. I'm almost positive.
I'm basically talking about like his coverage, dude. I'm telling you, since his suspension, he's been back. Because Dave was even talking about it before, how well he was playing. And then since the suspension, we haven't. I mean, other than like what you said last week, he hasn't really. To me, he's been lost. I don't know what you think, Dave.
He's gonna be a little rusty. Don't forget that, fellas. He's got to be rusty. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna come back. He's got to still get back into rhythm, man. I mean, defense isn't something easy to play, and then you're playing a lot of zone, which means you're covering a lot of ground too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go ahead, Dave.
No. I definitely agree, Richie, with what you're saying there. I mean, Darren might be on something with that. Maybe he's just getting back to the norm a little bit after that suspension. But I do think he played better football early in the year. I think safety's been a little bit of an issue. To me, it looks like the corners are kind
of Randy?
Doing what they need to do, but the safety play has been a little bit questionable, a little shaky the last couple of weeks. So maybe we'll see. Like Darren said, maybe May might be. He did have a big interception late in the game. Maybe he gets it together a little bit going forward. But I want to see Tyrann Mathieu used to the best of his ability, because right now in the open field, it seems like he's getting targeted by the opposing teams, and it's like they're taking advantage of him. He's not covering particularly well. I'd like to see him closer to the line.
Do you think that has a lot to do with his age?
He's old.
Yeah.
So y'all both agree?
Yes.
Huh.
No doubt. Listen, we need to send more blitzes anyway. Listen, I'm a blitzing coach. I blitz a lot. But up against a team like today, you got to send some heat, man. You got to make the quarterback uncomfortable. They don't really have a running back that's really, that can really catch the ball.
Yeah.
Out the back.
Well, look, Randy, my boy Randy B just said, no spy on this quarterback, and this quarterback's gonna kill us. Y'all agree with that?
No.
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh no, I agree, man. I mean, we saw it. Look, Tyson Bagent, did it last week, and we saw Trevor Lawrence with one leg basically doing it. So this kid might be more athletic than both of those as far as a runner goes. This kid can definitely take off. So you don't want those back-breaking 3rd and 10s or 3rd and 15s where this guy keeps a drive alive. I mean, to me, that's like the worst thing that could happen to a defense.
Another thing people aren't talking about, the Saints are ranked very high in most penalties in the NFL right now too. That nobody's talking about that. We got to cut down on these penalties, these bonehead penalties. It's just, I think that it's sometimes it's drive killers. When you're doing stupid mistakes and undisciplined. What do you think about that, Darren?
Don't forget about the defense. Now, I got to give the defense their business. Don't forget on 3rd long where we get a defensive holding and it's 5 yards automatic first down.
Agreed. Yep.
They extend the drive and then they end up getting 7 out of it when it should have been our ball with good field position.
Yeah. Dave, what do you think?
That's another thing.
Go ahead, Dave.
No, yeah, I agree, man. You can't have that happen too often, man. I mean, the penalties, it looks like last game, I want to say we weren't too badly penalized the last game, but before that, I want to say we were the number one most penalized team in the league going into that Chicago game. So, yeah, I mean, and dude, this game is no different. Look, we always talk about Minneapolis. It's a loud environment in that new stadium, they've had a couple years now. It's always been a tough place to play for the Saints for whatever reason, just throughout history. But, I don't know. We gotta clean up penalties. We can't. Our communication on that offensive line has to be very important as well. I mean, because like you said, like Darren said, I think Richard, you alluded to it as well. They bring pressure. Daniil Hunter's on the other side. They got a smart safety out there in Harrison Smith, who's had a great career. So there's some guys you got to pay attention to, some veterans on that defense that could, make some things happen. But yeah, I mean, our line has to keep it together, man. It can get very noisy in that dome.
Fatty, you want to say something?
Another thing they got to do, they have to be the worst team in the league capitalizing points off of turnovers. They really are. The Saints have to be one of the highest teams with the turnovers, but can't get points off them for shit.
What do you think about that, Darren?
I mean, we had 5, 6 turnovers last week.
Yeah.
6 turnovers. So even we had 24 points. So even if we never had any points off of anything else, we averaged 4 points if we got 4 points off each turnover. You have to capitalize on that. And field goals down in the red zone.
Yep.
It kills you in a shootout. I mean,
great point, Fatty. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh no, I was scratching, but no, but
go ahead.
I agree. You gotta cash in those turnovers, man. I mean, to me, I like the way we've changed. I mean, I've been screaming for Taysom Hill since like week 3. He was so underutilized, and I'll keep beating that drum on Taysom Hill. Like in the red zone, he's your best friend in the red zone. I mean, he could sneak out. We saw the touchdown, a little quick pass to the to the pylon with the touchdown. But I mean, as a runner, and here's my thing too. Alvin Kamara in the red zone. I want to. It feels like he's not getting those tough yards in the red zone like he can have in years past. I mean, Alvin's always been a guy that can dial up the touchdown numbers throughout the course of his career. But, I think you got to be able to run the ball in the red zone. That's the key fact, number one. I mean, it comes down to play calls. Like, Pancho alluded to it. It's a smaller part of the field. It gets a little tougher. There's not as much real estate. But you got to be able to run that ball in the red zone.
And you have a red zone monster in Williams. I mean, the dude, he got 21 touchdowns last year or something like that in the red zone, something insane like that. Like the dude is in the red zone. Put him in the backfield with Taysom, and then we got enough weapons. Don't take the weapons.
If you remember what I said Tuesday, for some reason they like to start acting cute in the red zone for some reason instead of just driving the ball home. Like last week, I said it on Tuesday's show when they were, I think, at the 4-yard line, and they tried to do these crazy trick plays, and it's like, just run Kamara through the middle. That's all you got to do. And they just couldn't capitalize because they were running these trick, stupid plays. It's just play regular football.
Yeah,
you'll be okay.
I agree. I mean, they got to clean up a bunch of stuff. Before we dive into another subject, of course, people have been wanting to talk about it. Anything other thing you want to go over, Dave, before we move on to this Jaden Daniels topic everybody's hot on?
No, I mean, look, today, we have a 5-4 record. They have a 5-4 record. This is a big game for both teams. I mean, look, the Saints. I mean, we're going to scoreboard watch the other teams in our division, but man, if we can go 6-4, I know, look. We were 6-4, I think, Breeze's first year with the Saints at this point in time. Is that same thing? So, I mean, I don't want to make the Carr-Breeze comparison because anything to Breeze is unfair. I don't care who it is. But let's be real. We are trending in the right direction. I think Derek Carr's kind of silenced some critics the last couple of weeks. I think this team is getting better. And today you can't have that hiccup. You got to keep that momentum going. Just play mistake-free football. You know what I'm saying? You're better than this team with the injuries that they have. It's a hostile environment.
What up, Kenny?
6-4 look really nice, guys.
Yeah. So listen.
Hey, I was going to say, won't you just save that for Tuesday? Wait, hold on. Since we having audio issues, just try to keep it short this week. I mean, save that talk for so Dave, because it's being a pain. I got to sit here and listen to it. I got to mute Dave, and then he's raising his hand, fine, and I'm not paying attention. I'm like, unfortunately,
because we're having technical difficulties with Chrome and Google, we're gonna move the topic for Jaden Daniels.
If y'all want to, we
Tuesday.
could try after the game, like around 4:00 or something. Y'all could just talk about the game then.
Yeah, that's fine.
And try to, if y'all want to hit that.
Darren, you good with that?
Hey, I love a good post-game show, win or lose.
That's me too. We're definitely.
If they lose, it's even better because y'all all hot and pissed and shit.
Why you gotta say that, Chris? Why? Who that, Patrick?
Hey, controversy equals cash. That's how I like
True,
it.
Very true.
Not today.
No one wants to hear anyone happy. Everybody wants to hear everybody fighting and pissed off.
Yeah, drama. Look, drama is what the viewers want to see. That's for sure.
It's the Coliseum mentality, man. Bring them
definitely
death and they'll love you.
Yeah, man. So look, today we're gonna. Is Michael Thomas playing? Is he?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, let me unmute him.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Mike's playing, right? I haven't seen anything.
Yes.
He's playing. So I mean, look, dude. I mean, I'll tell you, I don't know what kind of locker room we have, but man, somebody should have a brick right there in his locker, man, just to kind of toy with him a little bit, man. But dude, I don't know. Look, I don't know what is it with the Saints and Kenner, dude. I don't know what's going on, man. It's been some bad luck with the
Kenner, bro.
I was about to say that.
I'm just saying. I don't know, man. I mean, what's next? Rashid Shaheed just better stay clear away from Kenner, man. It's not working.
Yeah. So listen. I do want to dive into something, personal to me with Darren. If y'all don't know, Darren is a veteran. I had a pleasure of seeing him yesterday in the parade. My daughter marched in, and I just really want to tell him thank you for his services and all the other men and women of our armed services. Darren, I know you thoroughly enjoyed yourself. Just tell us a little bit about yesterday, man, how it went.
Hey man, the parade's cool. It's getting bigger. I wish we had more.
I get chills talking about it.
I wish we had more people my age, Desert Storm, wanted to come out and participate. It is getting bigger with guys our age. As you see, we had a banner made yesterday. Robin had the banner made. It's getting bigger. It's got a nice thing at the end. I know you had to leave and go to work or whatever, but they have a nice ceremony at the end and stuff like that. And some of them older guys are, they passing away. So every year you get a chance to meet some of them older cats. That's a plus, man.
It made my day seeing you yesterday, just so you know, my brother.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that, man. It was pretty cool. We all getting more people, but like I mentioned one other time to somebody, it pisses me off because we can throw a pair of 2-cent beads and you'll have 5,000 people lined up on the streets. But since it's a Veterans Day parade and we're not throwing no beads or no produce,
I agree.
Might have 250 people at the most.
I don't know why they don't. I don't know why New Orleans, we're such big with parades and stuff. I don't know why they don't put a big Veterans Day parade together. You can do it. I mean, like you said, but you're gonna put it out there with a bunch of people throwing beads and cabbages and
where was the parade at?
It was in St. Bernard.
Really? Where?
On Judge Perez.
Judge Perez.
What the fuck did I miss yesterday?
It was.
Hey, you know what? I got to give a shout out to Chad O'Neill and Sean O'Neill. They're the ones that own the Irish Italian parade, or they run it, but I think they own it. But any which way, like every couple of years, they'll have a veterans float up there, and we all get up there, get to have a good time, and out with the veterans, and we throw and cabbages and all the.
Let's get Dave dive into it, brother. Get your comment. What you think, brother?
No, I agree, man. And look, Darren, since I didn't have a chance to say it earlier, thanks for your service, man, for sure. And I think, look,
absolutely,
so many damn parades in the late winter to early spring, man. Like you're saying, I mean, it feels like we got 20 Irish Italian type parades. I mean, why not make one of those or conjoin? You know what I'm saying? Like put that in with the Veterans Parade at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe we need to do something
half and half or blended kind of theme or something. Maybe
Darren, that may be something you need to look into. Maybe talk to your friends that organize these parades, and maybe put something together.
Yeah, for that. A lot of people gave a lot for this country.
Yep, and they deserve better. Honestly, trust me, my dad was one of them. So I'm really down. Look, I'm wearing a military today. That's my Kamara jersey. So represent. But thank y'all for your services. But listen, guys. Before we dive out of here, make sure to join us. We're gonna do a post-game show with all of us again. Hopefully, we can get this Chrome situation figured out with that, so we can get that voice going of Dave. He is the voice. I mean,
if it's still not working,
I love you too, Randy. Randy, be my dog.
Yeah, Randy, good people.
If it's still not working though, we'll just wait till Tuesday because this was like kind of a pain.
Oh, you're right. If not, we'll let everybody know.
You're not the one sitting here, gotta wait, and I gotta hit mute, unmute. That's why I missed them a few times. So yeah.
Well, Dave, find if one of your kids have got an iPhone, maybe you can use it from there.
Around 4 o'clock. We'll try for 4. How about that?
All right, brother. Thank y'all. Who that? Go Saints. Let's go. Who that?